Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, where we are here to nourish our souls. I am Norah, the host of this program, Pages of Hope. I hope everybody's been having a wonderful day. I'm going to quickly check that I am online. Let's see. Yeah, I'm online. Great. So today's program is very special. It's very short, and I love when we have short passages because they give us an opportunity to really open up and share a little bit more. So I'm going to share my screen, and um, never mind. I'm not going to share my screen, dear friends, but um, I'm going to read from here. It's the Spiritist magazine, issue 12, and the title is called "What a Surprise." And in here it says, what a surprise! I had been a Spiritist all my life, and I was not aware of it." So this is actually a testimonial, and this sister shares that 2 years ago, she had joined the Spiritist group of Baltimore, and she was super honored because when she was there, as she was listening to the talks and everything that was going on, all of a sudden it dawned on her. It says, "Wow, it dawned on me that the lecture aligned closely to Rumi's teachings," right? She says later on, as she was participating in the group in Virginia, that as they were listening to the lecture about immortality of the soul, the subject came very natural to her. And she started to think, wow, this goes so close to Rumi's poems, right? So she ends her part of the study by sharing poems, and she shares that everybody was like, wow, tell us more about this. And as they're talking about Rumi, she says that she realized that her upbringing had been immersed in Rumi's teaching was pivotal because that outcome of the conversation made her realize that she had been a spiritist all along. And that is so interesting because I think this fits to a lot of us. For instance, that we are, here in the United States, where we know Spiritism is, primarily in Brazil, and we kind of have different backgrounds, and it's always that idea. And this has happened. We've been with friends on Zooms, and we're kind of like all together, and we're conversing, and we're just like, wow, I studied this from this book, or I studied this from this other place, or maybe some of us were or still are, devoted to religion, and we realize that we have a little bit of spiritism, and that's absolutely a beautiful experience to have. I received this beautiful little gift. It's called Spiritism in its simplest expression. And I love this here because it actually um, gives us a little definition of what it is uh, to be a Spiritism. So, what exactly is it? On page 49, the title says Maxims Taken from the Spirit's Teachings, right? There's all these points that tell us a little bit about what is Spiritism. I found it so, so beautiful. It was like, it was not a religion. It was not something for us to be like, oh my gosh, right? It was a very uh, beautiful explanation. So Kardec says here, Spiritism's essential objective is humankind moral evolution. One needs not look for anything else in it except what can be an aid of humankind's moral and intellectual progress. So we think about this, how many times, even like going to a church, um, we become grateful because the lessons that we learn on there help us, right? And just like this sister in the Spiritist magazine was sharing that she grew up with Rumi and Spiritism made sense, we realize it's because we are working that morality, right? That part of us. Then Kardec continues, selfishness, pride, vanity, ambition, greed, hatred, envy, jealousy, and defamation are for the soul poisonous weeds that must be pulled up daily by the roots, and which have as their antidote charity and humility. And thinking about this here, dear friends, it's really beautiful because, um, you know, all these other feelings of selfishness, pride, those lower vibrational emotions are completely opposite of what we need to build. We need to let go of those lower vibrations and focus on love, right? And even Rumi's poems were of love. And what is the remedy? The anecdote says here, charity and humility, that is love. So many ways that we can love. And then it continues, believe in Spiritism does no good unless one can say, I am a better person today than I was yesterday. And so, again, here we come to that idea. When we are discovering, right, who we are, it's not about having these ideas like, oh, I need to follow a ritual, or I need to do. Spiritism reminds us that it's an innate, that is something in us, that when we get and gather in these groups, we are all in that alignment, in some similar wavelength, because we're working on ourselves. And the last thing from this little book is, prayer is recommended. Prayer, prayer, prayer. And prayer, it is beautiful when we think about prayer. It could be a traditional form, right, where we are on our knees. There's a lot of devoted brothers and sisters. But it could also be a moving prayer, a prayer that can manifest through a smile, through a kind word, through a poem, just even a beautiful thought, sending something so beautiful. But of course, there's something very special when we do prayer, with we communicate one on one with the source, with the light, right, dear friends? So let us have more of those moments of, what a surprise, all along I was a spiritist. So I'm gonna sing a song here, and this is a beautiful book that a dear friend uh, gifted a while ago, and it's just so beautiful. It's a Spanish book, and I had to think about, how do I relate with the sister, and when I came to Spiritism. And it was that experience of being in the church as a child that helped understand, helped shape so much, that when I finally got into Spiritism, it was like that, like, what a surprise. Like, I think I've always been a spiritist. So here we go. um I cannot share my screen, but I'm gonna have to see the slide. So here we go. Let's see what happens, dear friends. All right. I don't think I've ever recorded music live, so I have no idea, dear friends, the quality of sound. So here we go. Eran 100 ovejas que había en el rebaño. Eran 100 ovejas que amante cuidó. Pero en una tarde, al contarlas todas, le faltaba una, le faltaba una, y triste lloró. Las 99 dejó en el aprisco, y por las montañas a buscarlas fue. La encontró llorando, temblando de frío. La tomó en sus brazos, cubrió sus heridas, y a redil volvió. Esa misma historia vuelve a repetirse. Todavía hay ovejas que extravagas van consuelo, sin Dios sin consuelo, sin Dios sin consuelo y sin su perdón. Las 99 dejo en el aprisco y por las montañas a buscarla fue. La encontró llorando, temblando de frío. La tomó en sus brazos, curó sus heridas y a Brasil volvió. La tomó en sus brazos, curó sus heridas y a Brasil volvió. All right, dear friends. So it is a beautiful song, and basically, it just simply states, right, that we are just captured, loved, protected, right, by Jesus. And that is the language of Spiritism, being in love, being protected, and being in that beautiful alignment. Dear friends, that is today's lesson today. Thank you so much for joining us here at Kardec Radio, where we're always nourishing our souls. Until next week, same place, same time. And please don't forget to tune into other programs here. God bless you. Bye.